Costa Rica is expensive. At least, that's what everyone says. On my way from Nicaragua to Panama, I will be traveling for 10 days through Costa Rica while trying to spend as little as possible from my $1,000 budget. Because everything I save goes to charity. Welcome to the crazy Costa Rica travel challenge. Alright, the last day of the crazy Costa Rica travel challenge, and it's time to say goodbye of the kind people of Bribri and time to head to Panama. Entonces, Melvin, muchísimas gracias por todo, un placer igual y espero que tú, tu familia y tu escuela va muy bien. Y espero también que puedo regresar una vez porque eso es paraíso aquí.
Claro, estamos para servirle.
Gracias, amigo.
Un abrazo y buena suerte y buen viaje.
Gracias. Bendiciones.
Igualmente, amén.
Chao, amigo. Hola, buenos días. ¿Van a Bribri? Sí, ¿puedes llevarme un ratito? Muchas gracias. Adios, Dominito. Alright, that was ride 1. Let's hope I can have one more ride, one last ride here in Costa Rica, straight up to the border of Sixola with Panama. Hola, necesito ir a Sixola.
I going to Paraíso.
Paraíso, es en la ruta. ¿Puedes llevarme un ratito? Muchas gracias. Alright, that ride took me all the way to Paraíso. What a better name for a city in Costa Rica, I cannot imagine. Really, paradise, of course. Hopefully this will be my last stop. Come on, get me one more ride. Hola, buenos días, ¿vas por Sixola? ¿Sí? ¿Puedo ir contigo? Muy bien, gracias. Alright, I just had my last ride to Sixola. I checked out at the Costa Rica Migrancy Office. I exchanged my last puravida on my way now to Panama, crossing the bridge. And I did it! I traveled Costa Rica and spent nothing. So who says Costa Rica is expensive anyway? Pura vida. Adios. So I'm at Panama and I just spent some money again. It feels really good. So I bought these gingerbread sandwiches, which apparently are like a delicacy here, I've been told, at the supermarket. Let's try it. A bit dry, but tasty for sure. I cannot tell you. Ah? ¿Qué? Gracias por el aviso. So far, impressions of Panama, people are cool, man. They're just jolly fellas. So, disfruta. Alright, plan is, I'm going to Boquete. I can take a bus, I can pay for it, which is awesome. Money is power, I can finally do something for myself again. Anyway, I'm going to Boquete, get a bus, get a taxi, buy some more food, eat some more deliciousies for myself, make my own pad. And I'm gonna call with Gail because I got $1,000 to donate.
You look great. How are you? Are you in a place?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. And you look good as well.
Yeah, I just did a talk this morning. I did a talk yesterday. I've been very busy.
You need to have your free time as well, Gail. How are you doing with that?
With free time?
Yeah?
Good. I just had a 2-hour nap. I'm
Really?
doing fine, thank you.
So how are you doing in La Carpio?
Tomorrow, for this group that I gave the talk to today, it's 25 14-year-old boys from one of the most exclusive private schools in New York City. Okay, you can imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be...
They're what you call fresa.
Yes. So I have to be the bridge between those guys who are wearing $200 shoes and the children of the river who don't have shoes or food or
That's gonna
bed.
be interesting.
So they're going to bring basic food baskets down to 10 families. The packets that we make with the food, 10 families are going to get the packets. They're going to make a mural, a new mural. They're painting over the old one because it's kind of shabby. The other half are going to be making bunk beds.
That's another project of yours, right? The bunk beds,
Yeah.
to use the tiny spaces as best as possible in the houses of La Carpio.
Yeah, we make the parts ahead of time, prefab. Then we take them to the house and bring the parts in and construct the beds.
And
Yeah.
how do you expect the kids from the United States are going to take it?
I think that usually, as long as they're working with kids, it cushions the impact of going into the house. Because these houses are the size of the bathroom of many of these kids in the States. They're among the wealthiest kids, not all of them, but a lot of them. And their dads are investment bankers. They work on Wall Street, this kind of thing.
Yeah, I can imagine for them it's also, just like a very special occasion to travel that far as well, to meet like entirely different worlds.
Yeah, it's a entirely different world. Yeah, you're right.
And I'm very curious, like where these kids will be like in 10 or 20 years, what kind of choices they've made.
It was so funny because when I gave my talk today, I said, when I was your age, and they all looked at me like, you were once our age. And I said, when I was your age, I said, now, when I went to live in Amugri, the indigenous reserve, they had never seen metal, a metal machine, anything metal, except for the sewing machine. So I brought a typewriter and I opened up the case and I showed them the typewriter, and they thought it was magic because they could push a button and something appeared up here, a letter appeared up here. So I was telling them all these old timer stories. They couldn't imagine that it was a world without Google Maps.
Yeah. Times have changed rapidly.
Yeah, without computers.
When are they coming by?
We're starting tomorrow. So
Alright.
they're going to have a welcome ceremony, a dance. We're going to have a dance session with the kids in the Carpio in the Montessori, at a Montessori school. And then they're breaking up into their groups and they're going to do their work. And then in the afternoon, they're going to a pool with members of our sports team. 25 sports boys are going to go to the pool and share pizza and swimming and basketball and soccer with them.
Sounds like a beautiful project, and I wish you a lot of luck with that. And I hope that the children, gets their world opened. I would also like to share with you, because I spoke to a Bribri professor as well, and he basically told me that due to all the, social media, internet, very strong emphasis on Western culture, Spanish culture, that it's getting more difficult and more difficult to as well preserve the Bribri knowledge, because the external influences, cultural influences, are so strongly. Like you've witnessed this from like 40 years ago. What do you make of that?
When I went there, no one spoke Spanish. They only spoke Bribri.
That is exactly like a huge difference then with now.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge loss.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why the books that they are going to write are going to be in their native language and Spanish and English.
So the library is green.
Yes,
sure
very green.
I'm sure Don Benito is working very hard to put in the ceramics and everything else. How long will it be before you will be going to the school, to the library, to, share the books and be teaching yourself?
I would like to go in the month of June for 2 weeks. I have to check the moon cycle. I'm going to go in the full moon of June. So I have to know when the full moon is.
Why full moon?
Because I do everything at the full moon. I sleep outside on the night of the full moon
Really?
to get like.
I have a friend. He said like I don't make major decisions with full moon because it can be dangerous.
Who said that?
Like a friend of mine, he's really into, spirituality
Yeah.
and, meditation.
The moon is female.
All right. So maybe
So.
he is.
Maybe.
Oh my God. He's homosexual, so maybe it's
Yeah,
just
that's
doesn't like the
interesting.
energy.
Yeah. Who knows?
All
Well,
right, girl. All right. Yeah, I made a donation.
I know.
Uh,
Thank you. I saw that.
yeah, you saw it, so I don't have to ask you how much you think it is. But yeah, basically, I managed to spend nothing for 10 days straight in Costa Rica. So that means my donation consists of like $1,000. I just transferred it to you. How are you going to use it? And what do you think of it, the prestation?
It's really a blessing. It's so great. Your $1,000 will be used to buy furniture for the library. The ceramic costs around $600 for the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll probably want 200 and some. So we have 200 left, which we will use to get furniture.
If other people also want to make a donation to the Costa Rica Humanitarian Foundation, I'm going to put a link here. So people, if you want to make a donation, press the link and you can also donate. Could you maybe just shortly describe what the money goes to from other donors?
We spend all our money on food, shelter, healthcare, education, small businesses, and sports. So a basic food basket costs $10. Goes to the people of the carpet. Tomorrow we're giving 10 baskets to the people of the river. And
All
as
right.
you know, 10 baskets is a drop in the bucket. I mean, it's something, but it's not a bunch. Okay,
But
then we
still,
have
like a meal for someone who doesn't, who can't buy one is very big deal. I can testify for that as well at this point.
also many of these houses have a roof that leaks, a dirt floor, walls that fall in, they slip off into the riverbed, they get flooded. So they need basic home repairs, basic home improvements. And then once in a while we buy a house. Like I'm waiting right now to give a house to Elsa, who has a little girl with extreme cerebral palsy. She's atrophied, which means she can't move because she's so tight. And she requires 24/7 care. And they're living in a little teeny house. It's the Elsa, the mother, the girl with the disability, and two other daughters who are trying to get through school. So I really want to get them a decent house because the house they live in doesn't even have a bathroom.
So everything you use, like money wise and resources, goes to the people of La Carpia, for instance, like people in need, people who cannot take care of themselves, and you, of all people in your organization, know very well like who these people are because you have your office there and you go there every day and people visit you every day as well.
100% of the money goes to that. Sometimes, I mean, I do have to put gas in the car. I do have to pay for the internet. And basically, no one makes a salary. Then we have education. We have one program that is only meeting with the kids on Saturday, the one down by the river, because we can't pay the 3 teachers their amount of money that they need to run the program. So they're only doing it 1 day a week. We'd like to expand it to 4 days a week.
And this is just La Carpia. So we visited there. So the people watching also have like a bit of idea where the money goes. But you have many more programs. I think if I ask you about all of them, we could spend another 2 hours of you explaining all the beautiful work you're doing and you've built so far in Costa Rica. I will also include, a link here to your website, so people who are interested to know a little bit more about the Costa Rica Humanitarian Foundation can also check it out there from themselves. And I think we're pretty much round then, Gail, with our little adventure here and our little
Okay.
challenge.
I have to add one more thing. So I write on my personal Facebook, which is Gail Nystrom, the internal struggles, the decision-making process about how the money and the resources are spent. So if anybody's interested about that, and I have to be very strong and very compassionate, but with being able to put boundaries when I need to also. So that's interesting to read my things too. Okay.
I will definitely look that up. Do you have anything you want to conclude with?
Yeah, the conclusion is I can't do this without resources coming in. And I'm so grateful to 3 steady donors that help every single month, but also the person who gives $10 a month. That's 1 family fed. That's 6 people fed. Okay, that's fantastic. So all of us joining together are making these huge changes in the lives of so many people, thousands of people. I never knew that I would get to this place, but here I am.
Here you are, and here am I, and here we are surrounded as well by many other great people who work every day with passion to making something better of this world we're living at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think a great conclusion. Basically wrapping up as well this crazy Costa Rica travel challenge. The balance, $1,000 to the Costa Rica Humanitarian Foundation. Gail, it was a pleasure getting to know you. I hope to see a lot more of you in your book, or maybe I come to visit you. And this was Robbie V. See you from the next country.
One world, one love, right?